saying I missed the not live meeting so I can eat while.
It's connecting.
Okay.
Saying I missed the not live meeting so I can eat while.
What is
It's connecting.
like?
Okay.
Okay, we're back from recess.
Saying I missed the not live meeting so I can eat while.
What is
It's connecting.
And then you have
Like-
both.
Okay.
When Ross you
And.
Okay, we're back from recess. As I was saying, we're back from recess. Si Sus masih pada executive session. Ta continua i juntata pagu. Tahana papa pada i reporting secretaria. Esta una hujung i dota WhatsApp. The minutes in as dia 16 de julio. Angin taza problema para itu kuguaha apa itu kuguaha motion para da accepta i minutos gini mapos na junta. Anyone like to make a motion to accept? Itu Maasi, second. Itu Maasi. Then kuguaha kumontra. There is nothing to discuss on it. And Malaka was Sidur's Maasi. Ta continua papa para i reporting tresorario. Update.
SDE report ending fiscal year period ending fourth quarter as of September 15th. This is for Maga'låhen. Total revenue 207,305.94. Total expenses 192,374.08. Change in net assets is 14,931.86. The net assets at the end of the period 187,439.67 cents. The true net report, same period. This is for the other funds. The total revenue is 4,383.58. That's incoming. That was the total change in net assets, and the net assets at the end of the period is 4,464.58 cents. That is all.
Jules Maasi para Edu. Kuguaha question with the financial status. That's where's Malik? Then continua papa para i report ni principal. Naguniti kuguaha update.
Okay, ito nga pareho nga 176 na pamagon bago. Ito nga pagwaha sinya uno pumara lo ti siguro juga ti kabalas juga turo na dokumento. Puri haji mangagagi spend the attendance report.
Put attendance report, yeah. Any issues that we need to know about and
Puri estudiante.
okay. Estudiante, yeah.
Ay man malaga. Ito ay mega man malango para semana. Siya ifamagun mega na famagun man malalango sa tuan halim di eskwela po sinon man halim man magkunin sigira sa mga lentura ko hafa. Pues mega na famagun. Guana dia Fernandi maapos na business. Kanan lamentar ifamagun manay.
Yeah, tuli.
Yeah, okay maapos. Ikiki siklo ingan. Pues lo mabibili sa tatizen na huzong mensahe pa rin manana na por favor ang malang na magunizo mga koni para escola sa persiga man attack me, right? Pues as you have pues pago puri faculty and staff positions si sana henengi ultimo diana di mapos na business sa golf market situation na ni Alana, Ito sinipalaan. Mo go sa siga. Kasi sa mangonihang inwebo na staff members si April Mendiola. Nanya si Sana Managov. Lagi ko yung sana lakas quiz po azura si sana last tago. Okay Managov. Mababaha i-position para i-subifota.
Tinagwi.
Category.
Saan si Sana Hongi?
Oh, si Sana.
Delgado.
Oh,
Fernanda.
in Kenny, Lamita dia part-time. Si Sana Hongi para yung visa lunch lili. Azuha sa turu dia si mapag-asang ina tobi. And so abidada niya turu dia. Disi Olga Agman, Bendi pa sumalong pa sa kula tori sa lapi. Para halong pa an esta ora. Esta parauhana para isagan sumotsupo. Nai toru using ina talawani. Pas pokat kula talu haji ti tumuli. Dan necesita hanai hungan. Pues necesita un tauta, pues la mitad dia si sana songi si hongi.
So,
Sana Hongi.
Sana hongi. Destiny. Ay lo para siya pero Tangin man halaman
Sana Hongi. Tunggu totally naon government to be kita usai sesama.
Para assessment preparation readiness uno. And tatigi para si mamala na 2 semana. Mega na famagone ni man halm. Mega timatungo man manatay. In order for us to account for what our teachers have taught and what the new kids coming in have learned from other schools, we need to account for that so kind of like a pre-test, and then we'll do the post-test, at the end of the year to see. But we have to purchase the pre-tests because they're actually going to be given in English, just to see, because even in English, their English is not,
Bulan webo bi.
again, I mean, need to necessarily the media if no tomorrow sa if no English and myself need to go on to cinema and manite.
In Nuevo Pat, todo na studio.
Immanuel ha.
Remember.
Immanuel ni aji identifica na kalan kwa gite set egui 2 grado tati. Mangai 3 grado, igualo, lo they're still functioning at lima. Like even identification, even numbers. So, again, ocho escuela. So we need to measure that. So we have grades, to show and then take a post to see, how they perform with our teachers instilling whatever, to show, what we're accounting for on our side. But ultimo, Sana Connie is putting together for our final assessment at the end of the year to see where we're at. It's going to be Sana Connie putting that together. She's leading the team for that. Sana Connie Guerrero.
Sorry, going back to because it's Santa Connie, do we have anything from last? Did she ever?
No, she
be able
didn't. She didn't have time to input, so it's back on us again. She finished correcting all of it and she put them in order, but now we have to put that into a data system that's gonna measure against island-wide or school-wide, then island-wide, and then global to see where they stand, in those testing. So,
We're
we're
working-
working to do, we're working on it. We
We're
decided
already
to
researching
do-
software that we can
Yeah.
input all our stuff in.
Because
That's
trying to
the-
figure this out
Yeah.
manually, not sure it's about.
No, so they have student information systems that we're trying to procure. Right now, there's different options, but we're trying to find, I've already talked to a couple companies to see what best suits Hurao and our curriculum.
She's had meetings, even, online, online meetings with those companies to see.
Okay, and then the results, right? Like if the kid moves on, the student performs, let's mark that, right? That's what's supposed to happen.
Hold on. So our goal is
No,
to,
no, if they keep them back, right, say we have permission or we ask the parent, maybe we need to hold your kid back.
Mhm.
Does that affect our funding or any government laws or anything like that?
no, that's in-house, that's,
We're good to go.
that's in-house.
Paraguaco, the no kid left behind. I don't think that serves the kid.
Yeah,
well. If they're not performing at that level, they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Moved to the next one.
no, but
It's only
and
gonna
it's-
hurt them.
And it's for
the long-
various reasons, right? Like
Yeah.
even the maturity, right? Like,
Yeah.
Well, that all depends, right? Like, so we have a case where the, one of the students are 2 grade levels behind and we moved them, but the work that they're giving them is being given from, just so that she's with her grade level, so that, don't glue it back in, right? And she'll be the smallest one compared to put her back 2 grades.
Which should be, should be the biggest one.
I mean, in their self-esteem and their well-being, that might not be as healthy either. So, to meet halfway, what we've done is we've moved her, but we get the work for her, specialized work from the first graders and that, the first grade teacher. So there's no double, there's no duplication of work. They just get it from the first grade teacher, and then whatever the first graders are getting, she's getting also. But she's also getting double work, and we've recommended Sylvan Learning or, some extra support from the house too, because I guess a lot to catch up.
yeah, and that's where it usually starts, is the house, right? You guys can already tell which kids they're not getting the support at home,
Mhm.
right? And they're not going to school in Manana.
And that's the hardest thing, right, is to get caught up with,
To make the
to
parents
make
buy
those
in.
kids catch up. No, that's the hardest thing on the big side on the teachers, is just trying to get them caught up to with all the other kids that are like full speed already or been here like for so long. But we've proven last school year that even with the new ones, after a whole year, those kids are already performing with our other kids that have been here for 2, 3, 4 years. So we can do it. It's just, it's a lot of work on the big side, on the teachers. They have to produce extra work. They have to work extra hard on, getting them. But the kids also, the partnering, it works also, those that are fluent or even know, and it's not just fluency, remember, it's fluency and then the subject areas. Some kids are not, it's not just about that they don't understand. I've been teaching this class for 3 days and they can't even multiply the 2-digit numbers because they didn't memorize their multiplication table. And that was supposed to be learned, back in the
Better not be.
second or third grade.
So we were working hard.
Even with, even with.
So anyways, that's, to address your question.
I have confidence that you guys can pull that through, but I'm just putting it out there too, like if we really know that they're not progressing, then there's no point of us moving them forward to make it
Have
harder,
the hard conversation.
making it harder on the next teacher.
Yeah.
I think if that, there's no progression this year, like for example, that one student, we would have to recommend that they don't go on because then it's too far. The gap is too far already.
Okay.
Even for age or anything, it's too far. 2 grade levels. It's not just one, it's 2 grade levels, right? So.
Silos mga para ito. Sa continua pa para nuevo na asunto, the new business. It's not really new business because it's still same topic. New school year, campus lease update. I know we've been kind of talking a lot with our landlord and we're continuing with our current lease agreement. Which puts us in a good spot for ourselves. But the new classrooms coming up, that's going to be a big issue that we're going to have to kind of figure out what we're going to do for the next school year. And I think we need to start, we've already started trying to figure out how we're going to progress for next year. But is there anything you want to add on to that?
I think we gotta take a little bit more proactive step on the lease.
Fundraising, Dispensa.
No problem. We should put out a RFP asking now, we need 15 classrooms, we need X amount of square footage, we need whatever, and let BT bid. But if we're going to wait till this lease expires, nothing can be built from now to when the lease expires. And if we wait to the end of this lease, we are going to be pushed in the corner, and because there's nothing we can do, the landlord can charge whatever he wants. So I think it's really important. That's part of what we start addressing now is, okay, we need 20 rooms. we need X amount of admin, we need 1 acre, we need 2 acre, figure what that is and put out an RFP. That way we can try and figure out, the other thing I was thinking about was if we can put a survey out to figure out what is the percentage of the student population based on the low to moderate income? Because Gora has that snip and fix $500 million grant. And if we can show a percentage of, say, maybe 80% or whatever of the students, maybe we can apply because they're asking people to give them proposals. What they're gonna do with this money and use it to, whether it's to build a school or whatever it could be. But if we can show our population falls under that percentage for the low to moderate income, that's another way to get free money. Right? And so I think there's different avenues, but for me, the concern is we should be working on this lease now. As before the year ends to get it started, because 1 year you're gonna be looking for more room, and we know based on SIFA's efforts, there is nothing on island that could sustain another school.
See if it's not GCC, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
but the legislature just passed.
They just passed the bill to lease,
LBJ.
the, DOE buildings.
Yeah, so I think they're
LBJ, that's into money, right?
No, chief.
Chief Road.
Because I was looking at it, I was looking at the law didn't say, the law said that it allows DOE to lease, but without using CFA, then we should bid. But the law, what they wrote out was for the legislature to allow CFA, for DOE, to allow CFA to lease that. So CFA's in that law, so it was like, okay, they're already.
They've already passed that too?
That was part of the budget law.
this past weekend.
But the good thing about the budget law though, also, is all our funds that are left stay within the school. So if you didn't spend 100,000 this year, it stays in your funding next year.
Yeah.
So just thinking the way our landlord is, I think he's gonna count that. So we really have to be proactive, because if I'm just saying, right? You have a surplus of 200,000 and he's gonna come to you, guess what? Your rent's gonna probably go up 200,000.
Yeah.
So we want to use that now as an opportunity to really plan properly of where we want to go, the grow opportunity, outbid that for the school, if that's what you want to do. But we really have to be proactive now, because just last year, just going through this whole drama with them, we really got to be prepared. So I think that's something we really got to put together.
Putting it together.
For FY26 budget, I know they just passed it. We're still at 7,800
Okay.
per pupil at 200 students max.
You know, on that budget, when I spoke to Senator Gomatata just to get some info. When we're not a year-round school, right? So say at the end of the school year, we stop drawing down and we don't have any kids.
Yes,
You still draw,
Yes.
so it's based on the whole school year, how's that?
yeah, it's the whole
It's in the
semester.
fiscal year.
So it's the number of students we have, enrolled.
In the physical year,
Yeah. in the school year. And then I just wanted to make a note for, while we're on that subject of budget update. I know we already approved the FY26, but we are making just a few amendments, which I'll send to you guys to change, because after we closed out FY25, there were some changes that we had to make as far as the report, we were able to get insurance for the employees. And we got the quote back for that, so we adjusted the budget a little bit. So there's just, it's small amendments, but
but it's within the last ordinary year caps, right?
yes,
So I think that's fine, right? Because the board already said you can.
Yeah.
Approve up to this amount.
yeah.
As long as you just put out, that needs to go to a board. to
Yeah.
approve it.
I'll send it to you guys
No,
for your
just
reference, the full year budget. Yeah, the overview.
Well, it's good, congratulations for getting insurance, right?
Eva,
That's
big, huge.
I think they're happy.
Who's
Yeah,
insurance?
so not everybody needed insurance. And so, even the one with families, they couldn't afford it if they wouldn't get the family plan. So we went into getting just, singles. And because they're just single, some of them are about to opt out, even a single at that amount. And we would have paid higher insurance and then it'll go back to the drawing board again. Because there's less, the price will go up again for all of us. So we didn't have to, but we had to be strategic and so we're providing 100% for those that are single that did apply in order for them to make sure that they stayed on so the rest of everybody else could get insurance. So it's like a numbers game. We need a certain amount in order to stay in.
Because we're under 25, we're considered small group. So any little change, any add, any deletion, our application has to go back to underwriting for them to review the
Recalculate.
rates.
So who do we choose?
They will. So this is up until December, because then open enrollment's in December and then we might get more applicants and then maybe the rates go down, but everything was well within the budget for our benefits, so.
Diba? Ito is maasi.
Dispensa, Sina Anamu, was that with the women's chamber? No, it is. Ahi. Okay, because we're trying to negotiate with Take Care right now too. So once that's negotiated, I'll share that also. But also what I wanted to share earlier, in lieu of all of that, unforeseens, I know I shouted it and you guys probably thought I was mistaken, but what I was saying was fundraising. I think, just in the same parallel motion of all of the unforeseens, there's so much hype around, the new students and all of the incoming and new parents. I think we should take advantage of that and really start fundraising, even if it's minimal things like for Christmas, etc. Think about how far Girl Scout cookies go. Like in the States, they do like chocolates or pretzels or something, but we could do something simple, or we could do something really big, like Julie talked about bricks and, having an investment in the future, whichever way. But I think we should start and just do them throughout the year. Maybe even start a subcommittee of a couple, involved ones of us. I think maybe that already is in effect, right, Sina? Dispensa. But I just think it would be a good time to sort of build that capital as well.
Yeah, so on that point, on your subcommittees, one thing we didn't get to finalize was doing the subcommittees for MH. So I'll prepare everything, so our next meeting we can vote on that. I can send it out now, or once I'm done, I can send it out and then everyone can review it and kind of decide what subcommittee they want to kind of head. And then on our next meeting, we can vote on it and have that, on paper and ready to go. So someone could be in charge of that fundraising subcommittee or the executive subcommittee. What's the other one? I think there's like three or four subcommittees that we need to kind of find a chair for each of those. So it's not falling all on one person.
Again, yeah, absolutely. I agree.
But fundraising,
Okay.
noted on top.
I do agree.
Dispensa.
Make money,
Yeah.
right? And now that we're finally at a point where we can depend on income coming in versus always worrying about money, it gives us that room to really think it through versus thinking, when you're always thinking paycheck to paycheck, is hard to imagine. But now that we got to this point, hold a signature event, right? And I mean, we can use her Panatu Famalawan, one of the biggest sold out event. How do they get something that big? Right? How do they make something that big? I think we have resources to work with her and what she got to do.
Okay, so I'll get that together and send it out for everyone to review, and then we can vote and decide on our next meeting. Moving on to our old business, MH lunch program. How many students we got?
Yeah.
What's our average lunch?
We're still affording it.
Yes.
Again, so like we talked about last time, we had to pass on some of the burden to the parents, so they still pay the $2. Our average order is about 90. However, in our lease agreement, so the last few days, we've been having to order over our students because we have a minimum that's in the contract.
Agreement, the lunch.
Sorry, the service agreement for the lunch. There's a minimum there, so we've been having to order the minimums the last few days because it's been out
Which is 40 and 40.
40 and 45,
Oh, 95, ready, right?
85, yeah.
So you have extra.
Because, so we have extra, so we've been just feeding the staff. Students who
But
want.
then go to
extra
waste, right?
Not go to waste,
As
no.
long as we don't make it go to waste.
No, not at all, not at all. There's always somebody, gnawing around here.
We leave it here. It's here, it's whoever's.
Yeah, we are still working out, with CID, hopefully next month might be a little, on trying to lean the menu more in the Tomoru direction, I don't know.
But when you work with them on the menu, do they keep with it? I mean,
Kind of meeting in the middle, so sometimes, so they'll give us what their suggestion is. We're able to say, you know, can we do this? And then they'll come back and say, okay, this is what we can do. So we kind of have to like, negotiate in the month as to what their, amount is. And then just the other thing on the menu is that I know we're trying to make it more balanced. Because it's, usually a lot of pork. I'm sure it's more cost efficient, but you know, we know we've had parents express that, you know, there's a lot of pork on the menu. So we do ask, they were able to accommodate us in, I think that
Last
was,
month.
last month. So it's just a kind of going back and forth to make sure the menu is.
so they haven't done where you're expecting this lunch and then a different lunch is coming.
Yeah,
One time, but we did bring it up with them and they did apologize. It was an oversight on their end. They didn't realize it was two separate menus.
And then for this month, I would like you to bring it up to them. They had pancit
With rice.
with no rice.
Oh,
It was just pancit
and chicken.
and small chicken, like barely any protein. I'd like that to change and make sure that they know.
Bring that up.
And best you be on the chat than me.
How much extra do we spend a month?
What do you mean?
How much, I mean, remember you're saying you're buying extra plates?
Yeah.
How much is that usually? 10 extra plates, 20 extra plates?
No,
Like 5.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought if it was a lot, then just tell them if you're noticing that you're always getting 20 extra plates.
yeah.
Reduce that and make the portions bigger. Right, instead of spreading it out of 20 different plates, okay, let's make our portions bigger.
Yeah. No, I mean, we sit right around there at the average, just when the kids are all sick and then they're all absent, that's when our number drops, right? But
And on you asked Hoagie and my guys or Hoagie is and Sunny whoever's handling. We need to really be watching and take note of the portions because like today I was in the cafeteria. And they had like a sloppy joe or whatever that was.
it was supposed to be goulash.
Okay, well, I know it's for the menu, but it is like,
Yeah,
okay.
I know, I'll bring that up again.
I know that it's supposed to be 2 different portion sizes, but. We just generally have to just be. Good and give the kids the portion that we're paying for.
Yeah.
I don't wanna keep policing that,
Yeah.
And every time I go to police it, I find something.
I mean, every once in a while I go in there and just check and I'll take pictures just to get the portion. But we're also trying to just keep an eye on what food the kids prefer and kind of see if we can lean the menu that way. Cause there are certain things we've seen that they just none of the kids will eat it. And then everything. So we note those things, like
What's
don't
that
put
one?
on the menu,
So,
like the ham. There's certain things they.
Some people they even put butter on the ham.
I
mean, I get it, if I put myself in the caterer's shoes, right? Whatever's cost effective or whatever.
Yeah.
Is gonna work for their business, but at the same time, I do want to sit on our side and say, look, we're paying 200,000 for lunch for the whole year. That's a lot of money. Like almost said, Anamantasi said, we need to expect, that's a whole
Yeah.
chunk of money from our whole budget. Right?
I shouldn't be getting french fries every day, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
If you do, you better be McDonald's French fries.
Unless you go to King, you said I want a steak, that if the wage is gonna come out of that, but I only have chicken, would you take chicken?
Yeah, no, I mean, those are the two.
Why would I want chicken? So I
So
think
you
it's
know-
more of like create a survey. and ask the parents to please fill it out. So you're taking, it takes you guys away from being the blame,
Yeah,
right? Get the parents to fill out survey and say, this is what the reports we're getting at.
Yeah.
And those, use that.
Yeah, that's a
report.
great idea. I agree with the survey.
Because the contract allows you to terminate. So if they're not
forming.
performing what you're asking, it wasn't because Steiner Guinifi said no or anyone said no, is we have a survey from out of 100 kids, 50 responded, they don't like the lunch. I'm sorry, but we can't use your service.
Yeah.
And that's, you're taking that, putting it in,
Data.
you're no longer the bad guy.
Yeah.
Right. And
But what I'm saying now, right, is even preventive, like if we want to continue to do business and they want to continue, we're trying to help by saying, hey, fix this before the parents do complain, right? We can do that along the way too,
but
and that's what we're trying
you
to
don't
do.
want to spend 200,000 and realize you're not happy with service.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend 10,000 and realize I don't like their service than giving them 190,000 extra and then waiting to say like, just so you know, we weren't happy last year.
Yeah.
The contract that was made allows us to get out, but we gotta make sure we're using not personal preference, right? So if they don't like the goulash or they don't like the ham, have a survey, even if it goes out every month.
Yeah.
Right, so that you're giving whoever BT or CID and saying, hey, they don't like your food, you have 1 month to fix it. Or else I won't pay you and we're not gonna find somebody else. I don't see them saying, oh, you cannot bring another vendor in to feed the kids. That, yeah, I don't see that happening. But if you want to take yourself out of being the bad person, and that every time they see Sina go in the kitchen, they're all gonna get scared. But if our customers are the kids and their parents, we want to hear from our customers, right? The government is also, we don't work for the government. We're just the government's our customer to provide our service. So it's all in that realm of getting people to get their feedback, talk to them, right? When you pick up your kids, you give them a survey or give them a link, right, on the phone.
Yeah.
And then, so you're good at that thing when you make the link, did you like lunch? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right, and use that data and every month, just give it to them.
Yeah.
Say, by the way, just so you know, you get graded at 1 to 5. Last month you were at 2. You do 2 more 2s, we're gonna have to find someone else.
Yeah.
But you cannot kill the contract today because no other person can cook that much food that fast.
Yeah.
Always think about how to take you out of the firing range. Use the board if you need to, but also use the parents. And let the parents like, I know we don't like that food.
Yeah.
My kids doesn't eat. I'll give you an example. My daughter, I gave you $20. The lunch don't cost $20. I guess she's going somewhere else to buy food. Where do they go to buy food?
Don't tell him, don't sell him. Don't tell him what it's for.
$20 at lunch is like $5. Talk to me, asking me money again. She's like, so but I want to know, did you not like the lunch? Did you wanna, so that way we can share with people and let the school know that you're not eating that.
Yeah.
Sign a 20s for Friday cake. And just to let you know, you're messing up our economy.
I'm supposed to break it at $5 a day, right?
Sign it.
But we want to learn that from them, and
Yeah.
then that way it makes it easier and takes you guys out of the fire
That's
range.
really important because the kids
Yeah.
really look forward to, they're hungry. And when they learn, they need, they're always looking that eating is just like us, right? We want to eat and it really it's a deal breaker, right? When they walk into the cafeteria and they see
Maybe there's tomorrow, that's a double duty. My kids come and say that, they say that's the first thing they say. Lunch was.
But you just also got to think about it. I'm not saying that BT is this or anything like that, but if I wanted to make money, I will make the lunch suck so they can go to the store because I make more margins than paying $4 on a plate. So if I can reduce the food's tasting where the kids will be like, no, I don't want it. The portions are small. You still have to pay me. Now all those kids are going to the store where I have higher margins. So we really have to track.
It's not.
I'm not saying they're ghetto like
I
that.
told my kids they're not allowed to shop at that store. They're only allowed to shop at Sinacon's shop. And are we really not allowed to negotiate or figure out a loophole for fundraising to make our own tienda? Because really, like empanada, buñuelos, like we could have more like local treat snacks, and sell it to the kids at a more affordable, not a ridiculous, price and benefit the school. Go directly back in. Cause all the last year, this whole time, I didn't know where all those dollars and dollars and dollars were going. And then they upped the price of ice keki. I'm like, okay, I'm investigating now.
Yeah, so it's just that we could, but we've been trying to keep the peace. And that's the reason we just, but I'm getting to the point also where, the kids are eating this soup noodle bowl or whatever, which has 200 some thousand, 200,
Grams of sodium.
grams of sodium. And it's really, really unhealthy for the kids. A lot of the stuff they buy is all sweet, the ice cakey, all sugar, So we've tried to ask them to sell some things that are healthier, right? We tried to, in keeping the peace, we asked that. And we asked that since last year. So I'm not sure right now if it's about really selling healthy things. I mean, it's okay if we pay a little more money for healthy things, right? But the kids are walking out. And one of these days, those noodle balls, I'm so worried because they put it in the microwave, it's super hot. And they're walking out because they eat their food. When they're done, they go to the store, they buy the noodle bowl, and then they're walking out because it's their time to go move to recess. Or what I'm gonna do. And they're carrying that thing, and it's steaming hot. Any little bump, mantenino sempre todo, I mean, just these are things that as a principal, when I walk around the school and do my rounds, I'm like, oh my gosh, we gotta do something about this, because it's just, it becomes a trend and then it's hard to break.
Tina's question is, the lease agreement doesn't prevent us from doing that at all. The only reason we don't do that is to respect the contract of the food agreement. But if these guys are not going up to the standard that you guys want and you terminate it, it doesn't stop you guys from creating a store. The lease agreement prevents that in no way.
Yeah.
The only thing we're doing is out of respect and saying, okay, but if I don't want to say they're intentionally, but if the food is not good enough and their goal is to push people to the store and they're making that much money, you got to really look at things at a bigger picture, right? Like 200,000 is a lot of money. And so if you're paying that, get what you pay for, but talk to them.
I can cook.
So I'm curious about with apple cider vinegar or regular peanut butter. Which one do you like?
No, but to your point, we have been exploring that, like Sanagunipi said, for a couple of different things, not just for the prices, but also, we want, I think that we should, as a school, have control of what the kids have access to, as far as their snacks, because it's not just lunch, right? Of course, they're going to the store to get ice cream and candy and all of that stuff, but then that also affects their learning. It affects their ability to learn. They eat all that sugar and then they go into the classroom and they cannot
A
focus.
sugar crash.
So
Order
it is something that we're looking into. It's just about also figuring out the logistics of that, who's gonna man this store, all of those things.
Right.
When my kids eat that much sugar, I drop them to my mom.
But it is something we've been looking into also as a means of fundraising for the school, because like you said, that money just comes directly back to the school.
We can do the same thing and put on the same survey for the food. How you guys feel about what the kids are buying, and make a list of the things that are being sold
Yeah,
and let them.
we have that, that's, I have that store. That store kills me.
Come on, Tata, those pesos ha.
If we had a store, at least I feel good about it, right? Because we know
Yeah,
it's coming back.
no, really, so I only allow my kids on Friday, right? I only allow them extras on Friday and I try to tell them what to buy, right? But, doesn't know, Acho doesn't listen.
Oh, man, Acho, he was on fire today from yesterday. Ni Malongo pues Pablo. Kung lantad sa Malongo niya. Anyways, on that note, I wanted to, because how do we get to lunch? Oh, we're talking about lunch program. I don't know, it's just a thought I want to just throw out there for us to, and then we can, we don't have to make any decisions or whatever, but man, I witness, it's really something being in the classroom because you get to feel what the teachers, the people are feeling. And although I've been a teacher all my life, but to be now in this dynamic of the different kind of kids, the different backgrounds, the different, um, we have a couple of students that come to school without snacks at all.
They can take my
And
kids.
then,
They should snack.
like, I can't. I have to, I haven't put my, because we have to be fair across the board to see, and the teachers will know which kid doesn't bring snacks, right? But I at least know of a couple kids that are siblings that come, and even between the two of them, they fight. Like my sister's mad at me because she thinks I took her snack and ate it, and then some days, she comes in with a stomach ache because she says I didn't eat breakfast, and then she doesn't have any snack, right? So I wonder how, like as a school, how do we help that child? Are they on the lunch program? Or,
And you give them the extras if we can, like,
Yeah.
okay, those.
But also
kids-
they don't wanna eat it.
Oh, yeah,
That's,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
is
it's
it
kind of
what you
hard.
when you tata, right?
You
Not yet, I'm
got
about.
free food and you still don't want
The
it.
last
it's
2
older than all
days.
that.
We provide, like, if we had our own,
Yeah.
that we could share with the kids, right?
Yeah.
Are the parents okay with them?
And then allergies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what
We
we
haven't
try to
gotten
and
that
paper.
far, we're just observing right now,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just bringing it up because I just been in the classroom the last.
Yeah, no, Simon, I was
3
that
days
kid.
and-
I was that kid. I came to school to eat because we didn't, there was just not enough in the house, right? So.
Yeah.
I mean, another thing too, I don't remember the PC, at PC, I don't remember them telling us that our kids need to bring snack. I only remember the snack from the Harao side.
Yeah, no, the kids, because they don't have technically snack time. They
Yeah,
have recess.
They have recess. So
They
it's
don't have
never
another
snack.
meal time, yeah. But we
know-
think be needing snack.
I know, I don't think cautionless, I don't even like cautionless,
We-
it takes all my money all the time.
We changed
Yeah.
our end of the day routine to make the pickup line go faster. Because we used to allow them to eat snack while they're waiting. But it just takes too long for them to like pack all their stuff when their mom's here. So we told them, okay, snack time ends at this time. Then you have to put on tuli balik bag mo and then guessing on it. They're all looking at me acting baba when I was walking through the hallway. They're like, oh, sorry, Danielle. So like, nangasiki mo tawag kareta. And they
No,
really
I
just
think
hated
like
starving.
die.
Sa esta
We have
policy,
people even
Pause.
crying,
I
like,
said that, say, hey, wait for dinner.
No, Simon, this was
I
also
just
like,
finished eating lunch, just,
Yeah.
an hour.
like, this
2
is
hours
bag.
ago.
It was like, what's up?
Yeah.
What is that thing? He was like, oh,
Don't let him
fine.
slide. That guy's the guy, man. He's the guy. No way.
Oh, don't worry,
He's that
all
guy.
of your kids, we called them out.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you-
you're our kids.
call them out.
Don't let them
Sound
lie. Hey, there's a sit around somewhere around here. Jory even. You, don't let them go. Take their snacks and give it to those kids.
Yeah.
So those kids, if they don't like the lunch the whole day, they're not.
Yeah.
They just don't eat.
Then who knows, right? If there's food when they get.
Yeah.
We try to offer them like whatever we have in the office, but.
How about, can we have like a canned food right then? And then, we could always have like a pot of rice and. For some of those
But there's
kids.
so many cases of
And then
sausage
they
that
leave
are coming.
This is true. But you could just have
Yeah.
rice. right?
Yeah.
And then when you're hungry.
Rice and butter.
Rice and butter.
That's soy sauce, that's.
A day I
I
grew up
get
on that.
heard of, being hard.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they go about it, but they've done drives at Koshulas. So what they said is like, I guess they partner with the school and they'll send kids home with a weekend snack or weekend.
Yeah, P-Tex list.
So I don't know if that's,
Be worked out.
we just need to identify the kids maybe. We can reach out to them and see like what.
What is the organization that is that?
Be hard.
Be hard.
Or that's just the name, but it's not under another.
No, that's,
So I
they're a
think it's
nonprofit.
their- Yeah.
Hey, anyways, those are just really important things for our kids, because. And that's so hard. I literally watch the other kids eat. You know?
I think to a point where you see that it doesn't require just get it done.
Yeah.
And feed whatever, give them snack, feed
Well,
them.
that's what we do,
Yeah.
right? Like today,
Or-
this morning, just gave, and just what we have at the office between all of us, right, And sometimes we're so busy, we can't even stop to eat, or we can't even leave campus to go buy lunch or anything, even for us, because we're so busy, right? But, whatever extra snacks, sometimes the parents gives us, they give us nice things like, from Trader Joe's, right? And we share.
Good crown.
Yeah.
Put those things at my house, that's unforgettable.
Um,
But I think is when you see issues like that, whether you have to set money aside from the school to make sure don't send a kid home. I think it's the biggest thing
Yeah.
I would.
No, we have kids that we already know that, they need help, right, or whatever, so we feed them. But it's just a matter of them, some of them don't want the lunch that we give, they don't want it.
Don't wanna get it?
But yeah, no, we will never let them be hungry.
I mean, it's different though, right? You give them and they don't want to eat.
Yeah.
That one, all in how.
Yeah,
But if they're really hungry, they'll eat it.
Yeah.
So like if the kids, there's time, we're supposed to have dinner and they don't want to eat and I'm done, don't wake me up to eat.
yeah.
You better eat when we're gonna eat. But if you think you're gonna wake me up at 10 o'clock at night because you didn't want to eat,
Okay, Michael, it'll
Yeah.
go away.
Jimmy Connell.
What? But these help those, if there are, we can do like the canned food drives, if there's people that we know that
Yeah,
aren't having food at home.
Yeah.
And then we can make like a small package where don't have to make it loud,
Yeah.
right? Some parents can just talk to you directly, like, yeah, we are having issues. I'm like, okay, later on you pick up the kid, you just put it in a bag and you
Yeah.
give it to them to take home. I think the parent will appreciate that because there are people out there that have a hardship.
Yeah.
I know when they
And
come
the
to pick
mama
up, we
does
can
that.
just put their bag in like we're walking,
Yeah.
and just put it in the car,
You don't have to make it where they have
I'll
to
give
come
you guys,
Yeah.
all my father-in-law's Pop Tarts.
I think I just thought that in line with the lunch, that, I've been witnessing, experiencing with the kids. On
Yeah,
top
let's
of
make them
everything
drink
else we're
water.
trying to do,
I think you should reach out to all the teachers to see if they
Yeah.
see any pattern with their students, and then
Okay.
just reach out to the.
well,
Yeah,
after
start
being
reaching
in a
out to the
classroom,
parents.
that's good, right? Because it
Yeah.
gave me that experience to bring it up, to see, okay, what else is going on, how. I think that's what really drained my energy the last 3 days. It's not so much that I was teaching, more than seeing, I have to take it to heart because I'm the principal too, right? Like, and they don't know the multiplication table, they don't, so it's just so overwhelming. It took up my energy just to know they can't even read, they can't even, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Your homework,
They
oh,
made it to her house,
we
so.
couldn't, because, you could tell that I was right, we didn't get to do our homework because I saw five, like, they're like, oh, because my parents had to go out, and I said, and you were home, so why didn't you do your homework, And you could tell the neglect, you could tell them.
Yeah, Simon, maybe give them less homework, because I gotta do a lot of homework. Simon.
There is a lot of homework. Oh, Dispensa.
I got a lot.
Oh, welcome to Maga'låhen around.
Can't wait till we.
She's excited, because Mona comes home and she never has homework, and I'm complaining, I want homework.
She's bright, man.
No, Sana.
Una is in the class,
It's my kindergartner who has the most, actually.
okay,
Okay, on that note, let's move on to the next one.
oh my gosh,
Any update on, I haven't seen anything come in through accreditation,
no, so
did our check clear?
yeah, we did, which accreditation?
When,
Did our check clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, they cleared our check finally.
so at least there's progress there.
Oh, yeah,
They took our money,
they-
so.
Oh, yeah, but I was supposed to do our full on report, so I missed my deadline for them. We were supposed to do it August 30. August 30, yeah, was the deadline, but it wasn't it was just a working deadline,
Yeah.
like, okay, which I was only gave them the
I think
deadline.
your deadline is is it end of October, November? There was another deadline there.
November, yeah, but for the draft,
Yeah.
it was supposed to be August 30, yeah. So we have a few reports too. We have our charter council is in line with that. We
Okay.
have our charters council
Annual report.
annual report due on October 24th.
So there we go.
And they will
Yes,
not
the
budge
charter
for,
council.
anything later, so we have to do that.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
To talk about the council, sorry, we need to go back to the council and have them do as a whole for the charter school to do the insurance.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good one.
That's where power of quantity is
Yeah.
gonna come in, where instead of each school having different insurance, just like how the government of Guam does the insurance,
Yeah.
we gotta get the charter to be the one that collects, like, okay, there's 20 kids,
And
20
have them direct
here.
it.
Then now we can make it affordable for everybody or the family. I know I sent that lady an
know.
email, but she never responded.
I think what their
Thank
fear
you.
is of being the one to administer that is having someone, they only have one
Yeah.
person. There's no administration or administrator that's gonna.
But
administrate all
each
the-
school pays into it.
Yeah.
Right, so like if it costs 2,000 a month to pay an administrator, each school participating should pay an admin fee. So they can administer all of this, like open enrollments, all of that different things, or sub it out, whatever, but I think. If you count, we have almost 200 kids here, you have how many teachers here, then you have the other.
The other schools.
Charter schools, that's like almost 100 employees, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's bigger, definitely.
Yeah, and your pricing
Will come down.
changes and the quality of life for our employees and
Across the
coverage
charter school.
changes.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
We should
And then
really
maybe you
push
can,
that.
you know, if you kind of do that, like partner up with another business, right? Like maybe for not to come along.
Yeah, so that's why Dina was mentioning that they're getting their rates, because as a nonprofit, I think they can offer the group insurance, so I think that's what Dina was talking about.
And so I've seen some companies partner up with like the Guam Contractors Board, so they can jump in on a group and get lower rates.
Well, contractors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we're working on. We actually currently have it with Calvo's, but to be fully transparent, in my opinion, it's not that affordable. It's there, but it's just not the ideal. So that's why we're in negotiations now. Eileen Cruz, who I think, you guys, some of you might be familiar with her, but she's on our board and she's in insurance, and she's negotiating with Take Care directly for our organization. And if that works out, then we'll have much better rates for hoping for like 50% less than what we currently have. That's what we're projecting. So hope to have that ASAP, and I'll share with you, Sina Anamu, ASAP.
And the senator, have them draft a law that we can enroll in the government of Guam. Sure,
Oh, we can jump on board.
yeah, because they're self-insured right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Right? And so the more self-insured they have, the more there's power. So finding a senator to write the law that charter school employees can participate in that. I think somebody's brother-in-law is a senator or something, right?
Yeah, but I think what they were trying to separate also in not allowing the charter school employees as part of a government agency per se is the benefit that we're gonna have to pay into
Yeah,
as a government employee.
yeah.
Because they're trying to separate a government employee from a charter school private.
And then also because we have control of our funds.
Correct. So that's where it gets a lot of trickiness.
Yeah,
That's why the charter school employees are where it's at, because that's how they've always kind of positioned through the years.
Then they'll also fall under all the requirements
Yeah.
of the government,
Mhm.
civil service or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what they're like, okay, you want charter
You
school,
get fired.
here's your law to do a charter school, but you handle all your personnel.
yeah.
Because the
Yeah, it's
government's
like
gonna say,
subcontracting,
yeah,
right?
I cannot afford. We won't be able to afford to pay into the benefits for Guam.
Yeah.
If.
No, what I don't understand, say it here, but I'm at the age where I just say what I want to say. But I don't understand why healthcare is so expensive and we don't even have quality healthcare.
It's because the people are surviving longer, Sina. They were predicting that these guys were gonna drop dead off the face of the earth and they're gonna have the benefit, and no longer, they just take the money and no longer need to treat them. But the people are surviving longer, so the insurance company's freaking out like, wow, I didn't expect this guy to, to survive the stage 4 colon cancer.
They thought Dilgen was gonna kill them
Yeah.
before, but no, they're still alive.
And so they're freaking out.
Now they're going
cutting
for the
into their
kid.
profit margins and.
It's just money. It's just-
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
Really
good.
is. That's the short answer.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense, huh?
Yeah.
I never.
All right, on to appointment of certifying officer, because you get to read all that stuff.
I did.
Are you ready for it?
I think I don't have a choice, but again,
You
So-
can do it, Simon.
Our certifying officer would be
well,
Jen Agu,
Mhm.
Hamdulillah. Okay. Okay, so, I'll prepare a resolution. And we'll send it out for,
I guess we're changing it even with OPA, so
Okay.
originally was Desea, because she wasn't on board, it was me and Desea. But now that she's on board, it'll be more practical for her and.
But I thought we did that already. So everything from last school year, the same people, whoever was last school year, same people signed. Anything in the new school year, it's you guys.
yeah, but we didn't, we never made it official.
Yeah, we did.
You guys never voted on it.
So that's what I'm saying. Now I'm gonna I'll do the resolution. Since she was able to read through all that. All that thing that we sent out, I'll do the resolution, then I'll send it out. So we can officially vote in.
Okay.
As of this school year.
See, segue is Maga'låhen resolution.
And I gave you the updated template. You
Yeah,
can see
exactly.
now.
So everything's in writing.
Hey, man, we're moving fast.
Because before it was just, yes, okay, go. Now it's in writing, okay, we're good.
We're
Okay,
getting better.
Okay, we
FY
can get to the end
24,
hurry, 'cause the
24-25 audit readiness, they're already going through it with the OPA
Yeah.
and Podion. Good feedback so far.
You feel good about it?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so we had our entrance meeting yesterday with EY and OPA and the public auditor, so also on the meeting, it's basically just the opening meeting to kind of get to know each other. So we're just open and transparent, and they, it's nice because they're also understanding that, hey, it's our first year, we're a small organization. They did mention that they'll make sure they take the time to really get to know our operations and how we've operated. We were also very transparent about our relationship with Chief Corral, right? We had to disclose all of the conflicts of interest. And they also understand that is a very special nature of our work. And we pointed out, like, there's only a small number of people that do the work we're doing and can do the work we're doing. So they'll see, I told them they're gonna see a lot of crossover. And they said they understand that, and they'll really work with us to kind of make sure just all the documents that we need to have in place are in place. So good start. They're coming next week to do the school tour. To just kind of come and see the facilities. Yes, we did. Just to come and see the facilities, and then we'll go from there. We want to complete the audit by the end of the year. That's the goal. And then we should have our report in February. On the side with Paul Gian, we got the QuickBooks, so we're working with him to get all the data into the QuickBooks, because that's the other thing we told the auditors that, as a fast start, we kept everything in Excel. And he also said that's completely understandable, we get it, but they know we're transitioning over into the QuickBooks. So cool. Everything good.
Awesome.
Was there anything that you had? I do know there was just those couple of the last few invoices to settle, but outside of that, I think we're good.
Okay, moving on to an intro or Chimas. Anyone have anything else you want to add on? Before I add on. So meeting frequency, I kind of wanted to change our meeting frequency because I know we do it once a month. It's kind of hard for all of us to meet once a month. So if I can we move it to every other month?
I actually think because we
do it
approve
quarterly.
everything, all the budget and everything's approved, we have a management in place. And we're an oversight board. I think we should do quarterly, right? Unless there's something that's changed that the board approved, or once we figure out a board policy. And when the board needs to come in, then we can pick.
Yeah.
But I don't think we need to micromanage.
Yeah, that's where I was trying to get
Let it
to.
run.
Never.
Yeah. That's why you guys are here for, So every quarter we meet once, right? Is there anything deviating? So if we prove the budget every quarter, it's supposed to be X amount of $100, and you're at $200, and you just gotta explain to the board, okay, we're over by this.
Yeah.
Or we saved enough money, we saved $100, okay, cool, we'll spend something to get it to the budget, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think we have to meet every month, right? It should-
What do we need to fulfill the charter, the auditor, whatever?
It's in our.
Yeah.
it's our bylaws.
Okay, yeah.
That's
What
it.
we need to fulfill, that's it. It's up to us.
It's really up to us to decide that, but I mean, the other reason why that kind of comes into play too is because if we're gonna do our subcommittees, we're already gonna have our subcommittee meetings, which should be more frequent than an actual board meeting. So I don't wanna overlap, that's a lot for me, because I'm sure I'm gonna sit on all, on all the other ones, so it's, trying to make sure that our time is spent in the right and the proper place.
And I think the monthly frequency was needed in the first year
Yeah.
to just kind of get things going, but
But now that we have a great management team together, we
Yeah.
don't do sit there and be like, hey,
Just as long as you keep one rule in hand, right? We're here to protect you and you're here to protect us.
Mhm.
And as long as there's an understanding that as long as everything is in place, the way regulation, law, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're here to defend and protect you, so you just gotta has to work both.
Yeah.
Because we're just, I just think I don't wanna micromanage, right? I trust you guys. Like I said, if anything happens to you guys, I cannot do what you do.
only been doing this for 20 years.
just say you don't want to see us once a month.
No, I'm just saying, don't.
Stop.
Go to crowds and have parties.
Donut, right?
I just
I'm here
just
all the
wanna,
time, so it doesn't matter.
I just wanna make sure that on the note that you said that when you start planning now for,
Yeah.
a new location, you really, maybe not a board, I don't know.
Well, that's why he's saying the subcommittees.
All the
one of
subcommittees, 'cause- Because we said this,
That's what you
Yeah.
covered it for me.
within the subcommittee, there should be a committee that's focused on
Facility.
facility.
And I was sharing with Sina earlier, is if we're gonna go out and build something. We have fundraising, if we're gonna go out and, we're gonna build something, we have to go out more. And we have to talk to people. I do also think Corral should join, and I'm not being biased at all to the Guam Women's Chamber,
We did.
but okay, and participate in that because it's a women, it's
Yeah.
a top women heavy. And it's something that people will see.
We-
So if we're gonna go out, you gotta make sure you're there, participate in it. and
Maybe
then-
not you, Sina, maybe some other people.
Yeah.
Maybe not you, you're already busy.
Yeah, send Mari, she explain. There's fun stuff. I mean, you look at what the Women's Chamber does, I get to see what they do, and they really
Yeah.
have a lot of stuff that go out and promote women owned and all that stuff. And this, like I was telling you, this is your family business. And this is what you need to get out there to talk to people, because if it's gonna cost us 5 million to build a new school, buy a school, we're gonna need people to say, I wanna donate to them. So you gotta get out there.
So we did. Sorry, I was supposed to update the board. We did at the Fanato Feminine event, we signed up.
Okay, good.
Viva. Anything else?
That's it.
And we talked about this. Sina and I on stage, women own and empowerment and daughters in the space and everything. It was beautiful.
You just
Kinda
want
cut
for
the
that
stage, but-
opportunity. Patty.
And like we
Oops.
Or-
Well, she
said,
did
you
it in her
must not
Winnie
say,
voice.
but Malacat, people know where at least you're real.
You
Human.
may become my age. You're allowed
No,
to.
thank you, this Mossy, for joining us. Honestly, it was so important. And just like while everyone's listening, I couldn't believe how many people were touched, not only, after, but even coming up to me, sharing stories of along their business. And I want to share one directly that pertains to all of this, if I could, just 1 minute. But Doyan Murato, who's one of the founders of the Guam Women's Chamber, she also had a small brand before called Zori's Only. And she would do little slogans and homage to, like half a day with a Carabao, for example, things like that. Anyway, she was almost in tears after our panel telling me post Fanatsu that Sina helped her so much without any judgment and didn't hesitate to help her with the translations and with the business, and that she'll be forever grateful. And that it was so important that she was in this space and, you know, that everyone got to hear from her. So I just think, you know, just like piggybacking off of Chetlu there, I think this is a great start and really important. All the more reason to start fundraising and the subcommittees, you know, take advantage of the hype and the new parents and everything. And I also don't want to micromanage, but I'm down to help in the subcommittees and, you know, keep moving in that way too.
Got it.
Just Marcy, Ivy. Thanks for sharing that about Dawn. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, I thought it was a really special story. So I really wanted to share that with you all. Caesar's Mossy.
Website,
Oh, yeah.
because we could put that on the website. Well,
Which website?
Doyon just, you know,
Mm.
like stuff that people like what she's sharing and saying.
Yeah.
So it's not just about the school itself, it's what Hurrah is about helping, and there's no judgment, right? Just asking. I mean, I've reached out in the past for Sino to translate something for me. And it's not like I have to pay or I have to, it's on text and it's fast,
We should
so.
start making them pay sign up. That's a fundraiser and a half. I'm just saying.
It's hard. 'cause
You know, it's always that
Wants to
necessary.
pay for our
Mhm.
language.
It's always the
But they
discernment
don't know
between
that you have to make
the kissy
system
and
first,
making
right?
money. It's a small,
Cause you didn't say.
they're gonna use it,
Browser.
hey, I'll translate it.
I
You know,
agree, man, I think.
right? This is, it's, I mean, it's different if you're asking to do a whole 20-page report to translate, right? So, you know, just small, get it all the time. That's
Let's go build
constant.
a school. Rebuild it, they will come.
Tell them thank you, but send your kids to Hurrah, some land.
Build a school before I die.
Right.
25 years.
Now you're not that old.
Have
Don't worry.
Tomorrow's not ours, guys.
You're right.
We're gonna-
And
It just came
I'm
back.
ready to go to
Put
heaven.
it this way, our lease expires in 2027. We don't have 25 years. So we better get moving.
Yeah, 2027. Okay, without further ado, the última estudio a las 5:42.
And then record.
Umbisa mo na sin tuloy pumalat sa manbisit.
All right, Dina, si Duas Mahasi, we are now adjourned at 5:40.
Esta, again, that was record time. Okay, adios.
Basta idamyan mo.
Bye, Jenny.
Hey, Caesar's Mossy, adios todos.